Good morning, traders. Who got the CPI report data correct? Who thought it was coming in hot? Who thought it was coming in lower? Let us know what your expectations were and how you feel this will affect the trading day. Put it in the comments, hit that thumbs on up, and let's get it started with none other than live trading right here on Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
What's going on, traders? Let's go ahead. Let's bring on my man, Lord Ryan and Zunaid in the house.
Good morning.
And did you guys see the chat comments here?
No, what happened?
Yeah.
What I missed?
Are you? I start my morning with the chat comments. Hook them to my veins. Come on.
All right. Well, I think this is perfect to go ahead and start off the day with. So let's go ahead. Let's play a little bit of some tunes here. And I think it matches today.
What are you getting ready to do?
It didn't work. Only you can. Only you can hear it. Only you can.
Only
you can hear it, Mitch.
No way.
Only you can hear it, Mitch.
You have no idea. I'm jamming here. Can you hear this?
Yes.
Now we can.
Can you remember any of the rap that you
Let's go.
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure. Make you wanna dribble dribble.
Only if you had
You know,
puts. Only if you had puts. Other than that, I mean, it ain't looking too pretty for you.
dead.
Compact.
I'm
Back.
dead.
Need the seat to go
Only
back.
if
Gotta
you have
relax in my
puts.
mind. Sipping some red
Hey,
wine.
sip that red wine. Let's get it started.
I love
Welcome to the chicken dinners. Let's go. Let's go. Sound that alarm. Hit the likes. I'm ready to get this popping. Let's
I'm dead.
go. Let's go. Zunaid, what do you got for
I
us,
love it.
man? You
Well,
ready?
let's go ahead here. Let me go ahead and start off with a little bit of Apple here on this one, AAPL. We talked about the 145 level being an area to go ahead and see a little bit of balance, and that's exactly what we got yesterday. You can see, obviously, it took a little bit of time, but as soon as we got it, you got yourself a whole point. That's why it's kind of important sometimes to just place your orders out there, your entry, your stop, your profit taking, all that good stuff. We were able to get a point on that one in the late. Obviously, now it's coming back down. I fully expect for the 145 to now go ahead and be resistance to the upside. So I would love it. Sure. Let me go ahead and get a little pop to the 145 level. Then we can go ahead and take it right back down to the downside. And then, of course, Nvidia 149 seems to be the level instead of 150 for this one to go ahead and get a little bounce. Now we're underneath that on Nvidia. We'll see how things play out. But for now, I'm going to stay away from this one here. And then on the SPY itself, yesterday, we got a chance to play this one short as soon as it kind of crossed. I always get so distracted when a Slack comes my way. Below VWAP here. Now, you will see that it went ahead and kind of here. Let me go to my daily. Wait, where'd it go? No. I could have sworn this wick was right at last week's here. Let me go to last week's range because I could have sworn. Where is it? I had drawn a line here at last week's wick, which is right about here. And that's exactly where we had a little bit of a bounce coming into SPY. I don't know why it's weird now. I don't know. Anyway, you've got a bounce here at around the 372, 373 area. So that is definitely going to be an area for it to break. If it breaks this one, you can see a little bit more downside in SPY, but it's got to come back down. For me, if it wants to come back up to maybe about the 380s and then it wants to give us a chance to go short, I would absolutely be in. You can see that held as support. And then, of course, support turns into resistance for us. So that's kind of pretty much, yeah, Alyssa, you know what you did. You know what you did. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You can slack whenever you can slack me whenever you want. It's my brain that's like, and then I get distracted. Nah,
Yeah, Alyssa,
totally
he can turn his notifications off. You good?
Yeah,
you good? That's what I do.
I love it. I love it. No, you're totally fine. But appreciate you hanging out with us in the chat. It's awesome to have you. But that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Let's talk about Tesla. The $700 has been an area of resistance now. Obviously, you can see a little bit of a peak and a little bit of bouncing around that area. But now, if it wants to come back up and test it, I would love to go short on this area. But what I'm trying to say with all these things is everything has already dropped, right? So now I need a little bit of a bounce to come back and then give us an opportunity for a better risk reward trade to go short. And at the moment, the way that I see that happening is if Apple wants to bounce about $1.50 or so, and we can try to take a short position closer to 145. That's what I've got so far. Ryan, I'll go ahead and take a look at other stocks, but if you want to go through yours, feel free to, and then I'll come back with a couple more if I've got some.
Yeah. So first things first, I want to talk. Obviously, everything we've been waiting for has been centered around the CPI print, which we got this morning. We got it 9.1% versus an estimate of 8.8%. Obviously, that number is running hot, and the market is reacting to it. The interesting thing for me today is going to be, does the market actually rip now that this is out of the way, right? So we got our number here. We sold off to printed a low of 373 on the SPY. Now we're bouncing. We're already back up at 376. So my question for the broader market here that we're going to get answered in this session today is, now that it's out of the way, do we just trade up, or do we kind of go test some new lows here? I still am in the camp that SPY needs to trade down to 360-ish, maybe even a little bit more. That tends to overshoot on those moves down. So, and I don't think it's going to do that today, but I do want to see how the market actually handles this when the volume shows up. Do we return to the lows and test it? Do we bounce? That's going to be the big thing that I'm watching. If you're trading stocks like Apple and Tesla, I see someone here asking if we should get would you hop into a Tesla put at the open or wait a bit before it starts making a move? I would wait. I don't know how you feel about that. I would wait because I want to know what direction we're going to go. And it might be a case that there's a head fake, right? So there's a lot of stuff to kind of digest. Now, in the meantime, while I'm waiting, we're going to do what we always do. And we're going to go try and attack some of these small caps here. First one that we have up here is going to be IS. This is Iron Source. I've actually never seen this ticker before. We do have an issue here. Iron Source shares are trading higher if the company announced an all-stock merger agreement with Unity Software for approximately $4.4 billion. So this, I believe, is the company that Unity bought. I'm not sure why it's created such a huge range. So I want to see how this behaves at open. This might be one of those situations where it's not really any type of tradable event now that the purchase agreement has already come by, but we'll wait and see. APEN, this is another one. This one definitely Apollo Endosurgeries. This is also in the biofield. This looks strong, and with volume, it looks like we want to test this 550 area from the 530 area that we're currently at. Let me adjust that a little bit there. So I'm kind of thinking that this might be one that gets going here today. We'll wait and see. MINM is another one of these pennies. You guys know the deal on this. I'm probably not going to end up playing it. Some others here that are on high volume. SONM, another penny play. Pets, this reminds me of Dog Z, so I'm just probably not going to even do that. I noticed Box D was on here again. And remember, we have all of these levels from the previous time that Box D was a particular trader. So I'd like to see a move through 190 and then a test of 2. We'll see if we end up getting that. A couple more worth noting just from yesterday I want to take a look at. GOEV, this is, of course, Canoe. This bled all the way back. This one was kind of rough. I don't think this is going to get going today. I think this is probably done. RYTM, this was another one yesterday that just had an absolutely monster move. So what I'd like to see is, A, do we have expanding volume like we did in the afternoon? And B, do we go towards this high of 688? This would be yesterday's intraday high. So RYTM definitely on watch. GLSI was another one that moved yesterday. This level right here, I think could be in play. This one was difficult though, especially yesterday. This is one where you don't want to buy the breaks. You actually want to buy the pullbacks. So when the stock sells off, try and grab it in an area where you think it's going to find some footing or shortly after it reverses. Tough trader here on GLSI. The other one yesterday that went crazy was RHE. This gave a massive trade, actually multiple massive trades. We've retraced about 50% of the move, and we don't really have anything going on in the pre-market. So this one might be done, but it's worth keeping on the back burner just in case some crazy stuff starts happening. Next one here is going to be HSTO. This one also was crazy yesterday. I don't think this one's going to be in play today, but again, keep it in mind. And then the last one here is going to be BHAT, really uneventful pre-market. Maybe just keep these on a watch list in case they start popping later in the day. Other than that, that's basically all I got. The CPI print was the big thing today. We will see how the market takes it when the market opens. We were bouncing. Now maybe we're rolling over. We'll see. We'll be back and forth, I'm sure.
I see some roadmap fans in the chat there. I saw Alyssa there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's take a look at what stocks can move today. It's just going to be one of those days where I think you wait for the bell because it's going to be a lot going on with the CPI data. I don't know. Did you guys cover it?
Yeah,
You can go more if you want.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch, I probably didn't cover it the same way that you are, so I think whatever you're going to say is going to be valuable. But I basically just said the numbers coming in hot. It's due for the move.
Okay.
Really, the question is does the market bounce from here, or do we actually try to print new lows because of this? Is this now priced in now that we have it, now that we've had the instant reaction? That's where I left it.
Not a bad idea to take a look at it and think about that. Just going to let you know because I have Walmart up already. I'm out at swing trade yesterday, guys. Got out of it on that drop with the SPY yesterday. When we started cutting, I said clearly, I wanted to see it close above 125.50. If that wasn't going to happen, I wasn't going to stay into the trade. So when we cut that line on the downside and I saw the SPY dropping fast, I went and I got out right near break even, near that 125. So can't be mad at that trade. And that's how it is with the swing trades right now. I'm not letting them go into the hurt. If they keep going in the green, I'm going to let it try to keep becoming a winner, a longer term winner, but got to cut it quick. Let's talk about the CPI data here. I will give you guys an outlook here. This is from, and you guys can take a look at this. I think this is an important thing to do sometimes. We all like to look at the news, but there's nothing better than the actual release. So this is the actual release. You guys can find it on, of course, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'll throw it up in the chat if you guys want to take a look at this. I think it's important to take a look at if you're like me and you'd like to dive into the economic data. Really, right off the back, you can see here, it's all about gasoline and fuel. That is what's driving the inflation right now. And the good sign of that is, like Ryan talked about, how the prices have come down, right? And so we'll continue to watch to see if this spikes again. But it is interesting to kind of keep watch. Of course, we got 9.1. And how's this really added up? It's kind of the changing, right? This is unadjusted changing that adds up to that 9.1. A lot of that coming from, of course, gasoline and fuel. That's what you want to keep on watch. We'll see what happens there. And looks like now that we have the hot number, I think we kind of continue to watch what we can get a bounce off of. So for today, keep your eyes to see if you see the banks bounce. Why would the banks bounce? Well, I'd be watching the banks to bounce because their earnings are coming up. And so maybe someone thinks, okay, well, now that these got hit hard on the downside, maybe we can scoop them up again and get them on the cheap before their earnings come out. We also had Delta earnings today, so I want to go ahead and make sure that we touch Delta. Remember yesterday, I did take a trade on Delta towards the upside. It was a quick little in and out, but I was worried about the earnings, right? I thought it was buy the rumor into it and then that the earnings would knock us down. It kind of happened here. A lot of this based on the guidance. And I mean, let's just be honest. Delta, the airlines in the long run are going to continue battling. One thing that is helping them, of course, is oil coming down. That's going to help their costs, maybe bring the ticket prices down a little bit. Delta did talk about how they did pass on kind of the expense to the consumer, and people were willing to go ahead and pay up to fly, right? We don't have an option a lot of the times when we need to fly. It's either take the ticket or don't fly. So in that case, you can see that the quarterly profit showed up in the sales coming in there and beating the expectations, but the EPS missing here. And a lot of that, on margin headwinds. I've been seeing more and more mentions of this, and you got to continue to watch that. How are margins being affected by companies? And if they continue contracting, you're going to see misses on those EPS. And another thing to keep watch is the sales. Can they pass it on to the consumer? A lot of the times, if they can beat on the earnings right now, that means they're probably passing it on to the consumer, especially if they're like a service like this, like airlines. And so keep watch of that to see what else is talked about in the earnings coming on up. So let's go ahead. Let's get out of earnings talk, out of the kind of there was Unity did get a lot of news. It did do a buyout merger agreement with Iron Source, and Unity did authorize a share buyback program of 2.5 billion, but reduce revenue guidance. So with that being said, you guys are seeing Unity get hit hard here. I think that also drags the stock like Roadblocks down and Snow down. So kind of watch for these to come crashing back down. And since those are crashing back down, I'm going to take a look to see if how ARKK performs today, because you could see these names just get hit hard with this report. And so SARK is on my radar today. You can see it's already going up in pre-market. Going to look to see if this can pull back to 57.80s out the gates and then try to catch it. But right now it looks like it wants to rip through 60. All right, we'll see what happens out there. What stocks are in your guys' radar? I want to definitely cover something that you guys are taking a look at, and we'll see what happens. Jet saying he played Wells Fargo yesterday to the upside. Wasn't bad. I hope you got out before this downturn, but I think in your comment there, it kind of says it that you probably got out, took a profit. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I'll just go over Apple one more time because someone asked about it in the chat earlier. 145 is the area that I'm looking for. You can see 145 yesterday acted as support. Now I'm assuming that if we can come back and test it, it'll go ahead and act as resistance. Now, of course, it's got to get through VWAP, which is 144. So it's kind of like, hey, if your normal size, if you're going in positions is like $1,000 worth, maybe grab about $250 worth of puts around 144, and then when it comes to 145, you can go ahead and get your actual position. So you're kind of averaging in with the game plan and not just because it's a loser and you want to find a way to get out. But I said this earlier, just stocks are so down right now that it's like, hey, the risk reward to me isn't there. So I'd rather wait, set up, see what I like, and then kind of attack with a game plan in mind. Even with Tesla, I mean, look, I would love 700, but that's $25 away. I may not get that. So the next area for me is around 650 to try to play a little bit of a bounce and a scalp play on that end. So me just kind of wait and watch, and then we'll see. We'll see if any options come through that I like, and then we'll get moving that way.
Real quick, I did want to answer a question here. Jay Wild is saying, is Jay Powell going to talk about the CPI? I do not think so. I didn't see anything on the calendar, number one. I don't think he is going to say anything today. So I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play Nvidia if it cracks 146. Maybe that. Maybe that I shall do. I shouldn't have 145 would end up holding a support, though. Sad life we live. Let's see what's going on with the Qs.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was watching The Spy here. I'm still trying to organize something. Sorry, Zunaid.
Oh, you're good, dude. I'll keep going here. Yeah, just this one I'm kind of keeping an eye on. If the low of pre-market breaks, right? So yeah, I'll be on. If 145 breaks, I'll go short. If 145 breaks, I'll go short. If 148 breaks to the upside, I'll see if I can get $1 or $2 to 150s. But besides that, I don't really see anything too much that I like. Just gonna wait, see what moves we get, see what better setups we get, and of course, if Ryan shares any small floats that he's kind of seeing with good opportunities, we'll try to attack those as well.
Yeah, and I will, Zunaid. You're right though. We're always got to manage our risk. We'll wait until the setups are there. We're not really going to know until the market opens here. So,
yeah.
Well, if you want, you guys can join the investor club for Jim Cramer and be led by my man.
I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna ignore that and get past it. David here, however, aren't gas prices currently going down? Wouldn't the CPI for June be outdated by the dip today? So this is exactly why I was saying at the beginning we might actually end up ripping today. Yes, CPI is backward looking. All right, but it's stubborn. And so you're right. Fuel took a huge hit, right? Energy took a huge hit recently. It's down big. So I can absolutely understand the buy the dip thing. My issue here is that I think overall CPI, not part of this. I still think that the market's going to go down and test 360. So I'm still playing for the downside. We'll see what happens with my butterfly when it opens up today. If I don't think we're going to move any further down and I've got some good profit, maybe I'll close that up and set up a new butterfly. I don't know. We'll see. But this is your question here is really good, because this is what we're going to try to determine as soon as the market opens today.
So I think one thing that you need to ask yourself here, right, is what is coming next, right? It's not that the CPI data will be next. It will be the Fed hike rate, right? And so this is why I think we could continue going down and not buy the dip, because the Fed can easily say now they are not being able to fight inflation and they need to raise not 75 basis points, but go the full 100. This is what I think ends up happening with this. And that would bring us down even further, destroying growth stocks also, right? And so I know that you guys are thinking more of a buy the dip moment, but in my eyes, I'm thinking more along this is going to bring us down even further and really put the pressure on everybody that was looking for the bottom with this CPI data. Do I think that next month is looking great? Yes, but that's all the way into next month. It can be a while. We can be in some pain for some while before we start seeing that change of data. But like always, markets try to think ahead. So I do agree that with the outlook of that, of course, oil is going down, but also ask yourself, what catalysts are next? And are they negative or positive? At least in my eyes, it's the Fed that's the next catalyst to watch. And it's going to be a negative as they probably go a full 100 basis points. That's what I think happens here, and is going to help them because they're trying to fight inflation, that this number came in hot, I think, because it helps their narrative of where they're pointing.
I'm just trying to draw a little bit of a area of support here on SPY, just in case we go ahead and get some play action down there.
Have your lines ready.
Yep. Here we go.
Let's get it going here. The bell is rung, and it's time to trade the markets.
I'm going to go ahead and go on the 5-minute for now.
I'll let you guys know what comes in the green and what comes into the red. Energy quickly into the green there. I'm going to look to see if energy can kind of bounce today. XOM coming toward the support of 83.34 right here out the bell. Doesn't look too bad as we're getting a little bit of a bounce there. At least you have a level right underneath it. So I'm looking at XOM right now.
SPY first 5-minute move, aka a minute move to the upside. Going to be patient, not going to take anything, not going to chase with anything. You can see Nvidia went ahead and bounced from the 145, 145.24. This is why I didn't want to go short until it broke the 145, so that's good.
Looking for a dip here on XOM towards 83.50s.
Nvidia's bouncing. I'm going to grab one contract, literally just one contract. Grab the 147 puts expiring this week. I got filled at 360 because my game plan is to grab some more on 148 if I don't get it. Now, the one contract that I did grab, I just want a quick W. So I'm going to sell it at 395 if I can. I've got the limit order out there at 395. Just want to grab a quick win. 395 sold. So that's a cool 35 bucks. Gets me in a good momentum. And then we'll see how the rest of it plays out. If it comes back up to test VWAP or 148, I'll go ahead and grab some more.
No pullback opportunity there in XOM. So I'm looking for some other ones here. I might take MRO here off the 2060 or 2055s. Need a little bit of a pullback though.
I'm watching XRTX. This was one from this morning here on the movers list. 213 high, move above that. Maybe we go try to test the VWAP at 236. So we'll see if XRTX can get going. Here we go. 215. Really going to need a push here in order for this to keep working. And looking at the SPY, I don't trust this first move out of the SPY either, by the way.
Yeah, we've been seeing way too many bull traps right out the gates there. So just be careful, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
XOM really strong here. Kind of annoyed that I wasn't able to get an entry there. It's already up about a point from the open. Notice the strength right out the gates there. But just wasn't able to get any pullback entry. And I hate getting in on green candles to the high. I like the red candle pullback, but didn't get one.
If you did go ahead and grab those Nvidia puts, now's the time to go ahead and start scaling out. As you're coming to the 145 support area, now those puts are going for about 430, 440 on the bid. So you got a nice, almost $100 per contract there. Make sure you scale out. You never know what can happen in this market. I obviously wish I would have held on to mine, but that's okay. We just wanted to scalp something quick to get green on the board.
Yeah, oil name's not looking too bad. I'm looking for some pullbacks. No pullbacks yet there. Communication services, defensive starting to show up. We talked about Pepsi had a decent report. It's looking like it's looking decent right now. It's off the support there. You could try to maybe play a play up here on Pepsi, but I'm going to look maybe at Coke, see if we can get into the green. What are some of the discount stores showing? Not much there. What's up there? It's beverages and brewers. We saw Tap have a good day yesterday. Looks like ABEV is doing well right now, but not too much right now. In the green, a lot into the red.
XRTX going here, folks. So 213 was the buy spot here. We got as high as 223 so far. Waiting for this to push above. Would love to see a test here at 234 if it can really get going.
Just scalping some Nvidia to the long side from the 145 level.
MRO pushing.
That. I'm going to go ahead and
pullbacks.
Sell all of it from the 145s. It's important to have those limit orders. I only have about 10% of my shares left in case we get a retest of about 147. I've got a stop loss at 144.40.
Energy doing well out the gates. What's doing bad? Technology getting dragged down there. Of course, growth trades probably falling off the table here. ARKK. What is down in there? What is up in there? Looks like everything is down. Yeah, everything is down. Unity is the worst one, but it is bouncing a little bit. Zoom getting hit hard again, down about 7% and driving down there below the 100 price point. I've talked about how I think this business is in real concern here, and you could see continued downside there. Roblox getting hit hard here.
Wow, look at that.
And Snow is one that I'm going to be looking for. What do you got?
Look at here, Vero, just a huge move right out of the open here. 16 prints right through 16. This is exactly what we want to see here. I'm still on calls in Vero too, the 18 calls. So love to see this actually build and keep pushing. Huge volume here too.
Great, and those expire in August, right?
Say again?
Your Vero calls expire in August, I believe.
Yeah, I believe they're August 5th too. Let me get you the exact date. August 5th. Awesome. Got 23 more days for this to take place.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out here on the Nvidia trade, 145.45. I don't want it to go crack below. Now what I'm waiting for. Are you talking? That's why hang on. Oh, no, you're leaving. Now what I want is for it to kind of go ahead and crack 145.
Short some Snow.
There we go. Come on. Now it's cracked 145 to the downside.
Short some Snow there, guys. Want to add to the position, but it went really quickly off of that 143 level. Right now, I'm at 142.29.
Apple bouncing from 142 up to 143. What's SPY doing here? SPY can't get over VWAP itself. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here, let me try to be cute here.
Zunaid's gonna be cute, folks.
So far so good, right? And being cute, we're 2 for 2. We're gonna try to go 3 for 3. I'm gonna grab the 375 puts. I grabbed it at 165. 165 is my fill. 375 puts expiring today. If it breaks above 377, I'll be out, and I expect to lose about 30% of my contract. Let's see. Come on, SPY. Reject the VWAP, please. Reject the VWAP. I am going to have my limit orders out since I got filled at 165. I'm going to look to take my first exit out at 189. I've already got the limit order out there in case we get a spike down. Contracts are down about 4%.
Here, I'm sorry, I didn't have your screen up.
Oh, you're good, dude. My average price is 160 because I got filled at 165 and then I bought some more at 155. My average price is 160. I'm down currently about 4% on my puts. Come on, SPY. Reject.
Right? Let's
Reject.
go. Reject that. Let's go. Let's take out these lows here in snow.
And again, I've already got my limits out there at 189 for the first one.
There's some action there. Now I'm starting to see that hit. Now let's see it hold VWAP there for snow now. Don't want it to come back to VWAP now, just to flush through the 140.38s.
Come on.
See if we can get quick 2 points here on snow.
It almost got there. Wow. Those contracts were worth about 180 and then it just came right back up. SPY did. Damn it.
SPY loves to do that.
Yep.
Come on, SPY. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me.
I'll do it. In a little bit of a rebound here in snow. Keeping the shares really low. I have a very small size I want to add, but the spread is just all around on snow. So when the spread is that wide and it's just moving that fast, it's better to maybe play a smaller size position. Wait till you see the move, then I can add it. It'll limit the risk here by staying to a smaller share size.
You've got
Normally
Apple with a
about a
strong
fifth.
move. SPY moving up. I'm going to go ahead and take my stop loss here. God damn it.
Go long lucid, says Foreigner Fred.
I'm
Can't
out at
blame you.
120.
You're seeing a
I'm
spike
out at
there.
125. Man.
All right, getting that push here in snow. Might get stopped out here. Need to see it reject this 43.50s. Above 143.50s, you could get to squeeze to 144.
Looks like Hindenburg has acquired a position in Twitter. So Twitter to the upside. And there's Apple moving on up. All right, I am short Apple here at 144.91.
Did you just say Hindenburger?
Hindenburg.
The research company.
I heard burger.
I didn't.
Maybe I did. Maybe
now
I did.
I'm hearing it.
Hindenburger.
Real quick, I'm gonna go to cover all my short here on Apple. Got out everything. Flat Apple.
Boom, boom. I'm out the snow on that push there.
Look,
Got
here's
above that
why
143.50.
Here's why it's so important to go ahead and have your level set already. I already had my puts, or excuse me, I already had my short near the 144.90s to go ahead and take it. And then as soon as it did, I went ahead and had my 60s already out there to cover it. And that's a quick move that we got to take advantage of. So made up for the L that I took on the SPY put. So let's go back to SPY and see if we can concentrate on that.
Energy was definitely the trade, and I got to maybe start trying to buy into the highs there because it was the only way to play it. If you see XOM, I wanted to play it right out the gates. No pullback candle until all the way up here at 936, and it didn't pull back much. So I wanted to play it right out the gates here. I was looking for 83.50s, was going to use the 83.34 as the risk there. So maybe playing a smaller share size if I have to buy at the high there would have been a better play. Just a way to take a look at how oil reacted right out the gates and how you could have maybe attacked it. Same thing here with MRO. And for that case, let's look at Oxy. Same thing there for Oxy.
I'm going to grab the same puts here. The 375 puts expiring today. I got filled at 118. Looking for it to possibly come back and test VWAP. I don't want it to go over 378.
Wow,
my sells are going to be around 145.
Commercials where they speeded up at the end. That was.
Well, I know Mitch had something too, so
that was so fast.
Oh man, I just want SPY to come back near VWAP so I can sell my puts, but I got filled at 118 on the 375 puts expiring today. I've got a limit order out there already at 145 to sell some. Hopefully we get that. Actually, I'm gonna change that to 140 just in case because I got screwed last time. So now I have anxiety.
Watching the SPY here. Feel like this is just one of those kind of dead cat bounce kind of trades up, but the question is how long does it last?
And if you listen to the pre-market movements that we gave you guys and kind of areas to watch, we talked about Apple 145. It was an area of support here, therefore expected to be an area of resistance. And boom, what do you know? You got yourself a whole dollar. I only got about 40 cents of the move, but you already got yourself a whole dollar of that move. ladies and gentlemen, you got to go ahead and put your limit orders out there, your buys, your sells, your stop losses, because by the time you get an alert that says, oh, look at this, the move's already kind of happened, right? It's one of the reasons I talk fast is because I want to get you guys the information, but also because Ryan said I should be excited this morning. So I have to give my little shout out to Ryan for waking me up this morning.
That's, I mean, it was meant to be positive. I thought it was.
No, I know.
Cool.
No, I know. That's why. No. I wasn't giving you a backhanded compliment. No,
yeah,
I mean it.
Pat Z
Please don't
made a
cancel
huge
my
push
promo.
there and then an immediate yank. Sorry.
You're good. I'm just fucking around. It's all you.
I was just saying, we just talked about Pet Z being at highs and an immediate yank. This is the stuff that I'm watching for. This is why I don't want to buy the break on this. Cat 272 spot's definitely a spot, but too nervous to buy the break. You're going to get yanked holding it.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot here. I normally don't take a shot this big, but I'm feeling it. Let's go.
Shot.
Just grab some GOEV there at 361.
Ooh, okay.
Did you guys remember the price I gave you guys yesterday?
360.
Where did the price action go to?
Here, I'll look it up here. GOEV.
Mitch is an amazing man.
Look at that pullback right around that level. So let's go ahead. Let's see if this gets moving here. I'm going to take a shot. I need it to just react immediately. 350s is the out here. So I'll take an 11-cent shot there.
Speaking of out, we got what we wanted. SPY near VWAP. Went ahead and sold at 139. Yes, I cheated by a penny. 139. I'm out of SPY 3/4. Looking for a bigger move. If we go ahead and cross below VWAP, I'm looking for 376. Let's go, baby. Those those puts are up approximately 20%, 22% now. There we go. And you want to take a look at Apple. Let's go down on a force. We'll go 3. I'll go SPY, I'll go Apple, and GOEV. Ryan, let me know if you're in any trades. We'll go and put up those charts as well. There's GOEV to the right-hand side. Apple looking to test VWAP. And here it is, SPY, trying to break VWAP to the downside. Again, I'm waiting for this 376 level. So I'm going to put a limit order out there to go ahead and sell some at around 169 because LOL, why not?
What got me excited is the boom out that I saw in FFIE. So there's a nice push there in FFIE. If you guys want to watch that one too.
No, SPY. Other way, SPY. Other way.
FFIE trying to break through 6 now. I'm going to look for the
SPY.
laggard effect there to show up in GOEV. All of a sudden, just boom, breakout candle, like we saw yesterday in that one that Jessica gave us. A shout out to Jessica yesterday. She killed it.
Trade yesterday. Yeah, that was money.
That was money.
That was money, folks.
Literally money for Ryan.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going, team. Let's smash the like. I hope you guys are having a great day today. We got over 600 viewers here for us. So do us the favor if you guys are enjoying us taking trades, talking about before we get in them. I think it's an important thing that, we try to be, forward looking for you guys. And a lot of that is not for you guys to copy, but so you guys understand our processing through the trades. Smash the like and support us as we support you guys in your trading process. Let's keep working. Let's go.
Those puts are up about 40%, so feel free to scale out if you did go and get into them as we do go ahead and reach our second target of the 376s, and we continue to crash below, and I just got a notification. I sold some more at 169. Now, I've only got a couple more left. I will wait for us to go ahead and test 374, but I do have my stop loss at break even, which is 118. So far, lovely morning.
Back down there, guys, below VWAP. I would watch the Qs. The Qs are stronger than the SPY. I've been talking about this more and more that I think we should just keep our eyes a little bit more on the Qs. The SPY seems to be kind of holding up regardless. It's more choppy than I feel like we get the trends in the Qs. You can see the Qs trying to hold VWAP right now, but the SPY is actually way below VWAP right now. And so that's why I'm watching the Qs to the upside.
You've also got Apple right near VWAP. So if Apple goes below VWAP, that could be a sign for us to possibly go shorts. Or continue the shorts. And see, this is why you want to scale out. Look at SPY, right? Our target was met at 376, and now it's coming right back up. This is why you want to scale out. You never know what move you're going to get, and you don't want to be greedy.
And we talked about head fakes from the open, right? We talked about this going back and forth today, so gotta be careful. Veru's still strong. Veru looking for new highs today. VERU.
I'm out. couple
go
of
ahead.
break even. I'm out a couple of break even here. Now, if it wants to
Nice.
come back and possibly test a 378, hey, please come on back and test it. Give me some more opportunities. But this is exactly why we scaled out. You can't not scale out when you're up 45% on your contracts. What's up, Mitch?
I had a question. When you sell your contracts, do you put them out as a limit or as a market?
Absolutely. No, I mean, well, majority of the times it's a limit, right? That's why, because we're doing so many different things.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see me go here, because I'm getting notifications everywhere. But no, absolutely limit. So what I do is even on my equity, I'll go ahead and say, hey, here's where I want to get in. Here's what I want to get out. Here's my stop loss. And by the way, you've got Tesla coming up.
There's
near
GOEV, baby.
I'm going to go.
Let's go. Sound the
on
alarms.
Tesla here. Let's go ahead and grab the 390 puts. I'm going to grab the 390 puts right here on Tesla. I got filled at 1465. We're 3 for 4. Let's see if we can go 4 for 5. Got filled. I'm being a little early because I should really wait for this to come and actually tip tap 700, but it is what it is.
Fight that FOMO. Fight that FOMO,
shit,
Aaron.
there it is. God damn.
Fight on, man.
All right,
Yeah,
there's 700. Grab some. Sorry, real quick. Grab some more puts. I got filled at 1282. This could be a disastrous trade if it doesn't work out. You've got Apple high day.
Zunaid, one of the things I was going to say about the question regarding using limit orders, I always use limits too on the options. Market orders, those things, sometimes the spreads can be wide. I don't want to, have the spread eat up any type of the profit that I have. So almost always use limit orders on options trades, just like you were saying.
Yep.
Veru, new highs now.
The puts that I got at 1282, I'm out here at 1340. I'll put up Veru here on the left-hand side or in the middle. Veru right there. You go. Whew. All right. Now, the only thing that I'm red on is the contracts that I got first at 1465. I'm going to wait to kind of get out of those at, let's say, 1540s if I can. I've got that limit order out there. And I've got Veru for you right here in the middle and Spio to the left.
Yep.
All right. Looks like Tesla wants to break 700. If it breaks 702.50, I'll be out. Oh, which way are you doing? Which way are you going? All right, cool. I'm out. Tesla sold at 1145. So that was a L trade on my first ad. Should have been more patient. Damn. It's all me. That's all me. That's all me. Kind of wish I'd held it and waited to see if it would break 708. Maybe it comes back to test VWAP. That's on me. I mismanaged that trade. Dumb.
All right.
Are you scalping Veru? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm swinging Veru. I can't believe that I actually have a swing trade on in this market. I was scalping ALDX, but it was so fast I would have actually done damage shouting it out.
Yeah, I hear you, pal. I hear you.
Big pop here to 542. 531 was the break here, by the way, on ALDX.
Yep. See, there it is. Tesla now coming down. Yeah. Should have been more patient. Should have acted a little better on that trade. Man. Let's see what Apple's doing. Let's see what Spy's coming. It hit that 378. Having a tough time getting over it. Let's see what we've got today.
Cleveland Cliff's strong here this morning.
CLF.
Yeah.
Above 15. If you wanted to go long, your stop loss would be below 1490, which is right below.
Yeah. Do I want to do this?
Like
you want to do it. Apple above 145. Coke 45.
Hasn't really have a daily trend there. The problem with the steel ones is I don't really see too much of a daily setup. I just see an intraday setup, so it's a little bit harder to go after. What's a
Yeah.
swing trade?
Yeah, so it was real quick. I was just going to
Go
say, I
for it.
want to address a couple of things from the chat. Veru next level is 17.5. Jessica with the eyes spotting it for us yet again. Mondo saying, what is a swing trade? A swing trade is a shorter duration trade that's held overnight. Can last from days to weeks, I guess even a month. Yep. So there we go. Our community all over that. Absolutely love it. So, yep, that's what a swing trade is. Good stuff, folks.
Yeah, look how I have this Veru drawn out for us. It's beautiful on the daily, what I just talked about, right?
Oh.
So you want to see daily setups also showing up on your intraday setups, right? And so that's called the multi-time frame, right? And so if you're taking a look, Veru looks great on the daily, looking great on the hourly, looking great on the intraday ones like the 15. And that matters. That's what gives you that kind of where all traders are trading in one direction. That's when you can really have that momentum to keep driving a stock. So good eye there, Jessica, and way to take a look at a stock that's not only setting up in one time frame.
RYTM, we talked about it this morning. I actually totally missed it until right now, but it's moving. It actually took out yesterday's high.
Let's see what we can do. I really want to go short Tesla again, but it can be a volatile
dog.
beast.
You're evil. You're playing the shorts.
I tried to buy the pullback here on RYTM. High risk trade. Be careful. Oh wow. Big yank.
Here,
I reduced my size because I knew I was doing something risky here. I don't necessarily want to be stopped out of this so far, but oh my God. I'm going to try to wait for a pop back here. That was a terrible buy. This is kind of like what ALDX was, but it ended up working out. I just didn't want to shout it out so fast. What a nasty pullback on RYT. I can't believe I'm caught in this. Can't believe that.
Just work it out, man. Work it out like always. Work it out.
All right, I'm short Tesla equity here at 702 cents. My stop loss will be 10 bucks to the upside.
You
short
dog.
Tesla, the stock at 700.
Yeah, I think you have resistance right near that 706.
I'm going to try to cover some at around 692, 693. I'm going to put that out there already.
Yeah, I like that level.
693.
You can definitely get a retrace to that 687 mean
Cover.
reversion to the VWAP. Doesn't look too bad there. Like the trade, Zunaid. Wish you the best. Let's go.
Let's see if it works out. And then, of course, Veru bouncing from VWAP as well. That was a beautiful risk reward around 16. You could have stopped out below 1575. SPY comes down. Tesla comes down. There we go. Come on. I need about 3-4 more bucks on Tesla.
Cow. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. RYTM, horrible trade. Awful timing. Man.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
All right. What's our Qs doing? Did we hold VWAP? Yeah, we're coming to it again. We're coming to it again.
Come on, Tesla. All right, SPY around VWAP. If this one closes below, I'd be interested in going short. But for now, we need this Tesla to come back down to about the 693s. No, Tesla, don't do that. Veru, high a day. SPY bounce from VWAP.
Chermo, let's talk about this. It should, if you have them set in the actual tool, when you pop it out, it should duplicate the same thing. If something else is happening, let's work through it. Let's do it not on YouTube. Let's do a some type of support session or something.
Oh yeah, reach on out. I'm sure you'll help. Qs, what are the Qs going to do? We're going to bounce, or we're going to start washing out. I have a feeling that we'll start the washout now. We're near that 10 o'clock time. We've started to push a little bit up. I'm going to actually start getting short on some names here. Starter on Lucid short, 1933s. You can test here towards, let's say, 48. Don't want to see 1950s. willing to add in the 40s, but really got to hold towards that 1950 quickly, because then you get the breakout above the 1960. So let's take out the support. Let's take out the VWAP now and just come back below 19. That's what I'd be looking for.
Nvidia, I'm going to go ahead and try to grab some puts here. I got filled in the 148 puts on Nvidia, got filled at 321. I actually got a terrible entry because I should have gotten it when it was closer to 149. Man, god damn it.
Talk about terrible entry. My God. That was my entries today have not been good.
Battle on, my friend. Battle on.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna
you can
sell
do.
this Nvidia because
That's
it's
it.
not the best risk reward. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it. I sold it for a 3-cent gain. The reason that I wanted to get in was because the 149 was resistance, which we called out. Here, let me go back up here. Oh, nope, not that at all. We called out the 149 resistance because you can see here you had 149 as support, right? So it had support, which means here I assume it could be resistance, and this is where I should have gone short. Unfortunately, I didn't. I waited. That's why I wanted to get out of the contracts as soon as I possibly could. Because same thing, if you go ahead and look at Apple, you had Apple, the 145 acting as support. And here in the beginning, it acted as resistance. And now it's trying to struggle through there again. But looks like my Tesla equity is down on the short side. I believe it's above 700. Yep, sure is. But again, I'm not selling until it gets above 710. So I'm going to add closer to 710. But at the moment, I'm down a couple $100.
I'm not selling.
And yes, Jessica, I did get a haircut. I had an event last night.
Guy, this
I was gonna say
guy,
you one a week now, one every 4 days or something.
this
like that.
guy.
It's one every 7 to 10 days.
I must have started talking to Jason. I don't know how Zunaid's getting paid, but
You know, in my contract, there's a haircut.
There's a haircut clause.
There's a haircut.
I actually want to add one, Zunaid. I've actually thought of doing that to an employer before, especially, I mean, when you're on
They
camera.
would
So
look
much.
at like, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? For me, I go ahead and write it off. I save all my receipts and I write it off.
Ah, you smart dog, you. All right,
Yeah.
guys, just added there to the Lucid, rejected to get back above 1950. So now that's the risk 100%. Taking the shot there. Let's go ahead. Let's see what happens here.
Currently down almost 0.75% on my Tesla short. Again, I'm short exactly at 700. Come on, baby. Come on down. 710 crack is my stop loss. So I'm risking about $10 to the upside. There you go, Tesla. Come on down, baby.
Yeah, Tesla comes down. My Lucid comes down. So I'm with you on that.
So I can't say that I'm going to get a fade, but I do have a haircut scheduled for next week on Tuesday.
I like what you just did. I liked it. It reminded me of yeah.
hair?
I like it.
There you go. Little old school spike action.
It reminds me of Stuart Little all grown up.
I feel like
I don't know. That was a compliment.
No, it is. Are you kidding?
I
Do you
feel
know-
like
do you know how
Zunaid's insulting me.
Do you know how adorable Stuart Little was? I mean, come
Yeah,
on. Don't tell
I
me we
like the
all
movie,
didn't
I'm
want
not gonna
Stuart
lie.
Little to be
Your
our
pet.
friend growing up.
Ryan's hair is reflecting.
If I said
CPI.
pet, then that ends up being an insult. Wait, what? Ryan's hair is.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot, baby. Coming in hot.
I like that. I like that. Ryan's hair is reflecting inflation to the upside, everything.
All right, I think it's important to watch the cues here and seeing what happens in the overall market. Do we get a bounce again, or do we finally start getting a flush down? Cues bouncing there. They didn't even get to VWAP this time, so just kind of point that out. We'll see a move back above 285. Could probably keep some of these tech names and could pull tech into the green. It's still in the red here from the open, but it could pull it into the green. We'll see what happens there. Healthcare now into the green from the open, so you can watch that. What's doing well? None other than biotechs. So keep those on your radar. What are some cheaper names there? CLVS, I've seen the chat mention it a couple times there. Blue, look at this one. BLU. That was an interesting move there. Let's take a look around. Let me see what else I see here. Nothing in the cheaper ones. Let's look at the higher named ones. How's Moderna doing? Well, there you go. Moderna's doing decent there. Tried to get up there through the 176.65 resistance. We'll see if that can continue. Oh, and I noticed I just had Tesla up the whole time I talked about that.
Sorry.
No worries, that was my fault. So Moderna is one definitely to watch. Biotech's doing well there, so keep your eyes on that. You can see how technology just slightly ticked into the green from the open, so watch that. We'll see if the Qs can continue pushing. I think that's the important one to watch. We'll see if it get up through the 285s.
Something I want to talk about Tesla is this one is now it's going to end up probably being an L. But Tesla, I mean, you can see that I've positioned myself to where if I go ahead and panic
Tesla!
on the first move to the upside, if I would have had it over leverage or anything like that, I would have freaked out and I would have gone ahead and sold. And then even though Tesla did come down and gave me a couple of dollars of profit, of course, I haven't taken it yet. But I just want to talk about the importance of making sure you have the right amount of shares, right amount of options, so you're not over leveraged whatsoever. But let's see if Tesla's got to go up another $5 to stop me out. Okay, Tesla, relax. Doesn't mean you have to do it right away. Easy.
Take it easy.
Friend.
I feel the
Easy,
same
friend.
way. I feel the same way. I'm talking to Lucid here too. So
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
yeah, so there's two things that could happen here on Lucid. It could either turn into kind of a bull flag breakout to the upside, or it could turn into kind of more of a head and shoulders look on the intraday and hold that 1950. That's why I'm taking the shot.
I don't see much of anything going
All right,
on.
getting pressured in GOEV here, guys. Don't want to see it close here below the 351s. If that happens, I will get out. It's cutting down to the 347 here. So just got to make sure that we're not going to get caught here. Just paying attention. Need to get it back up there towards the 355s. It looked good when it was going to 371, but the volume kind of died off there. So need to see recovery in GOEV.
Come on. I'm just one position. Tesla short.
All right, that last rejection there to get above the 1940s gives me that sign that if we do get back above 1940 on Lucid, they're probably going to go ahead and squeeze me now. So now I'm just looking for it to wipe out the VWAP. It got close here on that candle. Now we're looking for a break of the 1918s on the downside. Let's see what I get. If not, I'm willing to take it out there. I have a 1936. See what happens here. Is Unity cheap? Well, that's all relative, right? I mean, that's a hard answer there, Art. Is it cheap overall to maybe its valuation when it IPO'd? I would say yes to that answer, but it's all relative.
I mean, how do you know what these software companies are worth after the
Exactly.
You don't really know what the E is.
You don't really know.
Price to earnings. So yeah, Thrifty. I think of the Dave Chappelle skit every time. The Rick James, man. Unity. I do the same thing every time I see it.
Love it. All right, out there, DOEV there, guys. Stopped out there. 345s. Not going to battle with that one. Try to give it the shot, and sometimes you give it a shot. GOEV stopped out on that one. Still in the Lucid short side.
Come on, Tesla. Break the 700, puppy. Come
0 for
on.
2. Trying to bounce back here. There's 1920s. It's right on the VWAP. This is going to be that make it or break it moment for me on Lucid. There's the 1918s. Can we break it now?
Here, I'll put it up. What are you looking at?
Lucid. Not seeing it. There's the 17s. Come on. Hammer it. There's the 17 showing on up. Little bounce immediately. There's 1915s. Just took out half there at 1915s. Now we'll look for it to wipe out the low there. I want to start taking out the support there at 19 now. Let's see if it can hold VWAP on any bounces. So now you're trying to see it use VWAP as resistance. At least in my trade there for Lucid.
Oh, boy. I'm getting sleepy. Spy to the downside. Yep.
CNBC talking about 100 basis points. Well, Thrifty, I say I was first. They
Yeah,
just
you
saw,
were. You were
They just
first.
saw. They
What
just
is
saw pre-market prep also, and they were like, you know what? You know what? Yeah, let's start talking 100 basis points.
Did you change shirts?
Zunaid is the first one to recognize it. Man, you don't sneak one past Zunaid. You don't
I was
sneak
like,
one
hold on a
past.
second.
I actually was just looking at the equation. I was like, why does he have a shirt with E equals MC squared on it? And all these different.
Ooh, baby, because today's that type of day where you need to be an Einstein in this market to get it right.
I was
So,
like, hang on a second. Something looks different. How long ago did you change it?
Wouldn't you like to know that?
I
No,
would.
it's when I got off and I came back here. So it's been about like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Now we're seeing that holding as resistance there on the VWAP. So we'll see if we just get a spike and loosen to the upside. But it is doing what we would like it to do and hold VWAP as resistance. Now we want to see it take out 19.
Man, look, I will tell you this. I tell my cousins, nieces, nephews, even my 20-year-old nephew cousin, who's about to graduate college. I have no idea what stocks to invest in. For me, it's just a SPY. Make your life easy. Just invest in SPY, SPY. That's my advice to anyone that cares to listen to my non-financially certified thought process. I would just go SPY.
Jessica, no, I did not pull a Ryan and buttoning down the shirts here. So it was not on camera because I know these guys would have probably threw me up there.
Dude.
So all of a sudden they see me just changing in the back. Oh, they would have threw me up.
You mentioned that, and it's funny because last night when I was at the event, I had to get a mic through from the back up to my
in
ears.
the shirt?
Yeah, and I was wearing a button-down shirt, and I'm like, okay, well, we can't do it that way like a t-shirt, so I had to like unbutton it, like take my pants off maybe like just a tenth so I could untuck it, go through it, and I'm over there while the producer's talking to me. I'm like, yeah. So what are we doing next?
Just stick your hand down my pants and get that mic working.
That's not a microphone.
Yeah.
Long mic there, bro.
It might be the same size, but you know, this is where the street gets taken down.
Hey, there goes YouTube.
Mitch, where's the banner that we are no longer a family show?
Yeah, I've talked about that. Keep the kids away when Zunaid's around, you know.
Oh man, look, you've got Tesla coming back down. It's below 700.
Yeah, you got Tesla.
I've still got my limit order at the 693s. Well, we're about maybe $5 away on Tesla. If hopefully we can get it. I mean, it's been holding this 696 for a decent amount there. Hot mic coming through.
Mom walked through at the wrong time.
Yeah,
oh,
mom's
man,
like,
our community is the best.
Zunaid's son's like, dude, you can't be showing that off, man. Keep that. You're a dad, dude.
It's funny you mentioned that because there was a camera there where I could see everything. So I knew I was good because I was looking at the camera to make sure I was good and everything was good. We were okay.
All right, real battle on here, right at VWAP here for Lucid. So I'm going to keep a close eye on it. I might run to the profits if we see a spike, but looking for that washout there. How are Qs doing? Qs are right off the VWAP there. Let's see if that breaks down or do we get a bounce there?
Come on, Tesla.
I think the market wants to move lower. It sure looks like this.
Put up the Qs on the right instead of the SPY because I think it's going to be it's been pushing more.
Wait, are you still in Lucid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a little push there. Thank you for even telling me. I saw it on your chart before I saw it on mine.
Well, so there it is. I mean, you've got Tesla now moving back up. Come on, just smack down and touch VWAP. Is it really that hard?
All right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set a stop right above my price level, which is now set at 1937. So it did pop a little bit too much for me to take the profit here because it would be such a tiny gain there. But I will set a break-even stop here. If it does stop me out, so be it.
I don't know that we ever advertised for it to be a family show, but we sure did try to incorporate everyone. And Bourne's right. We can't drop too many F-bombs. Where would the value be if we were just swearing left and right?
There you go.
I had known that was coming. I would have sold it some better. I would have sold it a little bit better.
There's the F-bomb for you.
What the?
EVFM. I've looked at EVFM in the past, but it's a thick of a stock.
So interesting thing about EVFM, I'm glad they brought that up. This is pretty highly shorted, if I'm not mistaken. And you're 2 cents from a red-green move here. So there is a potential trade there. 1 cent now.
All right, we'll see if I get stopped out there and Lucid. Keep on watch. The Qs are bouncing a little bit there, so a little bit more chop right now in between there. It seems like we haven't determined where the Qs want to go, at least today. The SPY looks a little bit more weak than I think the Qs, but I think technology is trying to hold on here. We'll see if this can hold on or not. If it does stop me out here, which I'm about 2 cents away here on Lucid, I'm going to start looking to see if the Qs take out 285 on the upside. That would get me start looking at some longs, actually. One tick off, boom, out of Lucid right there. So I'm cool with taking a reward 1. Wasn't able to get reward 2, but hey, not too bad. Bouncing back a little bit there. Still in the red a little bit today. So we're going to try to work our way back here. Now we're 1 for 3 on the day. Let's see if we can get into the green overall. There's the Qs bouncing strong.
I'm just going to throw money away here, apparently. I went in and got some SPY puts, the 375. So we've been trading back and forth. I got filled at 110. Got filled at 110 on SPY puts. Whatever happens, happens. That's how I look at life.
That is how it goes, right?
Went ahead and added some more. So now my average price is 115.
All right, oil coming right back down there towards the lows right now. We'll see if oil takes out 83s on the downside there. XOM pulling back below VWAP now, getting towards the 84s. So definitely oil coming back down there and not holding the VWAP. You know, sometimes, you know, we just got to be, you know, part of the fight club, dude.
Come on, hit me before I lose my nerve.
And this is how I met.
Tyler Durden.
But every Saturday night, we were finding something out.
Welcome to Fight Club.
Who said this was going to be easy? It ain't going to be easy. We're going to have to fight. Let's go.
I can't just, like, make my life easy and just, I don't know, manipulate a stock. By the way, SPY coming back down. Those puts that we grabbed at 115, they're up about 8% now. I can't just have 500,000 followers and just manipulate a stock, make my life easy.
That's not the way it works, man.
Damn. Tough. Do you keep an eye on the direction of the market while you trade? Yes.
Yes.
100%. If you don't do that, I don't know what you're looking at.
That's why we have, you can literally see, at least on mine, you've got Tesla, SPY, Qs, right? Yeah, I'll at least try to look at one of them, but regardless of if I have it up or not, because keep in mind, I've got other monitors that I'm keeping an eye on. Like a madman. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Q's fighting here and then now pulling back to VWAP there. So
don't fight. Just give up. Just do what I did in middle school when I got into fights. Just be there. Just lay there. It'll be fine. You'll be okay. We've done great things in life. All right. Those puts are now up 20%. Come on.
Just lay there. I'm sorry. I still process.
I was talking about fighting.
No, I know.
Oh, okay, cool. Before anyone else comes at me in the chat.
Apple on the channel says Cherry. So we'll see what's going on out there.
Come on.
Grab some 24 TQQQ and 370 SPY Friday puts. I see you, Matthew. We see you, man.
I've got my sells here at 145, but I'll be honest, it keeps hitting 140, 141. And I swear, if I miss my sell target on the first one by 5 cents, I will not be a happy camper. But come on, SPY. Come down. Just a quick wick down.
That's exactly what. You know what? I'm going to get a shirt that says this. We're 97% educational.
We need.
I like that one.
We do need
97%.
We need live trading merch. We need shirts.
Yeah, we do.
We need one with Zunaid's fade and caption
need
that
to
says hot
up
heat
it
in
up,
there, baby.
up it up.
We see that's where Mitch has to email Jason at benzinga.com and make that happen.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think Jason makes the decisions on that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, someone's got to put the blessings on the budget.
Right? We'll get them on there. We'll get them on there. We're gonna make some changes. We're gonna get this rolling. We're gonna get this to a new
F.
level.
Let's see what Ford's doing here.
Dude,
Spy
I don't know.
clearly. Ooh,
I don't know how you're. I don't know how you're hanging on to those. Oh, you got equity. I was about to say. I was like,
the
how are you hanging
contracts?
on
No,
to the
no, no.
contracts there?
And that's exactly why, because I got burned on the contracts. I was like, you know what? Let me just take equity, and that's why I'm short. That's why I'm kind of chilling. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
What would be the difference here, Zunaid, if you did take contracts, just so people are learning out there, if you're getting this sideways action, what would have probably happened to those prices, especially if they're like weekly YOLOs?
So look, I entered my short at 954, right? And then let's go ahead and look at Tesla at 954.
Getting that break here for you.
Oh, there we go.
That's all we needed to do. Talk about it.
Yep, just got the notification. Sold some at 145, but at 954, those contracts were worth about $13, and they're still worth about $13. So it was nothing too crazy. But definitely agree, though. I mean, if this keeps on going sideways action, it'd be bad. But those puts are now up about 32%. Looking good, looking good. Now my next target is going to be 375. 375 is what I want. If we get that, yoo-hoo.
Let me get short here. I need a little bounce here. I'm trying to get
Oh, we
short
did
on
go to
Amazon.
375. What the? No, we didn't. Maybe we did.
Need a little bounce here to 108.50s to get short on Amazon.
Can I get a full screen when you guys don't have a trade?
Yeah,
Of course we can.
Sabrina's asking. Sabrina's saying, "I want a cat face shirt. Hendrix picks versus Buddy picks." Alyssa made me this.
Oh, dude, I love it.
So I'm sure that we could probably get a Hendrix versus Buddy like picks, like stock pick shirt. We just need to talk to Alyssa. That's all. I mean, like I said, this was Alyssa's idea. This was her idea.
I'm telling you,
think you
we
guys
need
need
a
some
content
Hendrix cam.
series of both of y'all cats to pick stocks for earnings seasons. It could be a quick 10-second video of each one that makes a pick. I'm telling you, that's a hit. As Tesla coming down, Spy coming down. Let's go.
I'm chasing a little bit here on Amazon. Wanted some bounce to 108.50s there, but definitely just chased a little bit there. Just hit the 108s. We'll see if this comes down here. Willing to add on the position, so I did smaller share size. I've been missing some trades here, so trying to jump in here. Definitely was feeling a little bit of the FOMO there. We'll see what happens now.
Alyssa, you have been summoned. I was just showing off your sweet shirt. We need another one. We need a Buddy versus Hendrix.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going to go put this back. Enough showing off Alyssa's shirt. BRB.
What? Never. Never enough.
All right, those puts are now up 50%. Scale out. Scale, scale, scale.
Let's try to get a Hendrix cam going here.
Forward to the downside, touching low a day. Spy continuing its march downstairs. All right, there we go. That's enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and scale out one more, or excuse me, some more.
Take what you can get.
Open.
Take
Out
what you can
some
get.
more at 169 because LOL, why not? Now I've only got a couple contracts left. I'm going to see if we can go ahead and touch the 374s later today. But I am out. Still in the Tesla short, though. Still in the Tesla short. We are up about 0.25% on the short. We were short at 700, so we're up about $3 almost. And our target is 693.
Buy lows.
Drop it low, drop it low, drop it low, low, low. Did I call that spy pop and drop or what? Hey, if you called it, it's one thing. If you traded it, that's what matters. And I hope you did take advantage of it. I'm in. Y'all have to. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, dude. Quick content series right there. Just have like a printer paper and have Apple on top, and on the left have calls, on the right have puts, and put food in each little area and see which one the pets go to.
This is what I think.
Can we get a full screen on the hand? Look at that face.
Oh, look at that. That
Look
face
at that
says I
face.
had calls, so I'm not waking up today.
He said, forget the calls. Forget the calls, guys.
He's like, I don't need to close those out. Those are gonna expire anyway.
And he does this with all the lights on too. It's not like I don't have lights on. He's like, you know what? I'll just pass out.
I love it, dude. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
adorable.
that is really sweet.
That's the Hendrick cam for you guys.
That's the Zunaid cam for you.
I was like, why is that face up there? All right, now Apple crossing up above VWAP. I'll go ahead and get out there.
Can't go wrong.
Tesla.
Man's snoozing.
Hey, congrats on the win, man. That's what matters.
I have to kick him out for pre-market prep because he thinks it's live trading and he can show his face off too much. So got to kick him out during those times.
Question:
right.
Do you place your trades? Sorry, here. Hang on a sec. What is this question?
Short here again on Amazon. Finally got that 108.50 ad there. Got it at 108.40s. So now we're at 108.20s.
I'm gonna go short Apple, cover above 144.50. Someone in the chat said, when you place your options trade, do you do it as an OCO? Yes, I do. So as soon as I enter, well, not all the time, but I think it's safe to say maybe half the time I will. Yes, I'll have my limit there and I'll have my stop loss set there as well. Yes.
Okay. Nice rejection from the 108.50s.
Murray, you want me to sing for you, pal? Is that what you want?
Sing, baby, sing.
Here, you know what? I will. Here, let me stop. I'm in the mood to play some wild shit. So we're gonna play some wild shit.
I'm gonna play some wild shit. He says.
Play some wild shit. Hang on a sec. Let me just make sure I properly get out of.
He shared a playlist with you, bro, and you're not even sharing it with us.
He did. You know what? You're right. He did.
Come on, man. No excuses. I agree. Excuses are for the turds out there.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I share.
Rippin'
audio.
DT, you are exactly right. RYTM shook me the hell out. Nasty pull. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do from 710 to 640? I mean, awesome. Just absolutely awful pullback.
All right, let's go. Amazon, take out that 108. Let's go. What do our Qs do? Right at the
Does anyone hear the
282.
audio? I'm gonna assume no.
Nope.
No, you have to have your screen up, my friend.
Oh, there you go. How about now?
Now I do. I'm too fast for y'all, man.
I forgot about you have to have my screen up. How's the volume? I never know what you guys hear.
DK, OCO means one cancels the other. So you can put a trade on each side of the trade, one to the upside and one to the downside.
Yeah, here,
and if either one executes, the other one is canceled.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
See, this is what I work out to, Michael. Little 2000s hip hop rap situation, you know. But I also have to be careful about what all it says, so I'm gonna stop. See if I can find anything else.
Okay, I was ready.
Oh, sweet cat.
Oh, look at that. You're getting a headbutt.
Yeah,
no,
he was
gray
yelling. He was yelling earlier, so I closed the door, and now he's all sad.
This is why you're so. Oh wait, hold on. This was my jam. It doesn't relate to me, but still. Anyone remember this at all?
Oh yeah.
Why? I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
It's always fun when an Indian guy, you know, singing that, right?
Oh, man.
Hit the like, guys. I know that there's probably not many rooms that are having the positive outlook that we're trying to have, at least enjoying the trading action out there.
Oh, man. Oh, this is a clean one we can play.
All right, getting a little test here. Got to watch, make sure that we don't get up towards the 108.80s. That's where I'll stop out there. But rejection here. Let's see what happens. Really, the Qs recovered there. So I'm telling you guys, the Qs just seem like the chart to watch right now, at least for me.
Hey, I'll put it up. I thought you were still in Amazon. Here, I'll put up.
I'm still
There
in
goes
it, but
RYT. I'm sorry, guys. Let me cover this because this was every part of this was nasty. Every part of this was nasty. We're trying to play a break earlier here on RYTM. All right, they break it by 4 cents, yank it nearly 70 cents. That's going to flush out day traders like you would not believe. Flushed me out, took a huge loss on it. Scalped it on the way back up. I'm long now through 7, but guess what we just did? We just popped to the high again. Let's see what they do. Are they going to yank it back down, or are we finally going to keep going? Long here on another scalp from 7. Not going to let the trade go red. Just absolutely nasty action on this. Nasty action. Now, what I learned from the last time that happened here is I didn't really take it off my screen. Instead of being all upset, I just kind of kept it on there and watched it, and I was able to claw back some of the money that I lost on the shakeout. However, the good news here is that the thesis was correct. This was definitely trying to go higher. I picked the right stock. My timing could not have been worse.
That happens sometimes.
2% better every day. We talked about it yesterday, Mitch. We're trying to do that.
Antonio, I use the 5 and the 10.
This is why some of those strategies on those cheaper names, I've thought about this in the past, and maybe some really small sizing as you're looking to come into the name, looking for the volume to follow could be a better approach. But the hard part about that one is you got to learn how to add when you actually do get that breakout. So you have to know how to add, I think, on throwbacks, which is after the breakout, does it come back to like a resistance or a trend line, giving you that opportunity to add? But it's just a style, right? Like you got to determine what style works best for you.
And it's not easy. That ad behavior that you're talking about, it's not easy, especially when the stock you own is breaking down. The last thing that you want to do is add to. I mean, I totally get it. Totally get it. In this case, I didn't actually hold it. I just kind of got out of it, waited for it to reverse, and then scalped it on the other direction.
Q's above VWAP, Amazon above VWAP. Look, I've got a little defender here on my Apple
right now.
I've got a line here, hoping for it to protect my short position. And let's see what's going on with Tesla, because I'm sure that's not looking pretty. Tesla still bouncing around left and right.
So lately, Chirmo's asking here why I've been watching the Qs over the SPY. I'm going to lay them over each other here. I just need to delete some of my moving averages. So let me just try to get another chart for us here so I can show you that. Actually, you know what? We can use Benzinga Pro for this. It's actually easier on Benzinga Pro.
The compare feature on Pro, I use it all the time.
Yep, it's way easier on Pro there to kind of show you that. All right, got stopped out there in Amazon, guys. All the Qs coming back there also, so just be careful. So we'll do the SPY, and then I'll lay the Qs over it.
Snow. That's a really good song, whoever decided to put that on. Is that on Michael Murray's playlist? Michael Murray, are you a Peppers
No, of
fan?
course it's not. Michael ain't got
Of course
that
it's
much
not?
swagger.
Are you throwing shade at MM?
Yes.
Oh, man.
At MM.
I want to see you guys arm wrestle now.
Are you kidding me? He'd kick my behind. Are you serious?
Phil Hall out here with the comment of the day. Bagels and locks. Let's go, Phil.
All right, that snow there. I'm gonna have to take off your screen here a little second there, but definitely nothing like the snow out there. Let's take a look here at the SPY. So the orange line is the Qs, right? And so one thing that I've been noticing is the Qs have been holding relatively higher at their higher end of their price point versus the SPY. The SPY starts leaking here. But what do the Qs do? They just slightly tick down below the VWAP and then recover. That's why I've been watching the Qs more. It feels like the Qs are leading. So you can see here how really the spike is coming in at the same time, but the SPY was actually heading down just slightly below, and it was actually breaking through support versus the Qs that were holding a pattern. And so that's why I've been using more of the Qs to give me the signal than the SPY. And a lot of that is when tech is leading. That's the only time I'm trying to look more at the Qs than the SPY, is when I think tech is going to lead the rally. And so that's what we've been watching lately. And so you can see here, watch how this turns really quickly. So you see at the top, what is at the top? Consumer cyclical and technology. So when technology is trying to lead the rally, I'm going to be paying attention to the Qs to see if we kind of continue that strength.
RYTM new highs, by the way, 729 your high print there. So this is absolutely working out. I think we got one more push here, honestly. In fact, let me look at the daily. Let's see if we can find a spot here on the daily.
All right, Tesla, I'm out. God damn it.
Yeah, we got the squeeze put on us. Breakout there, guys. Breakout on some stocks there. I know earlier we had mentions of Unity kind of getting squished there. You could see it bouncing back today. With this, you're going to start seeing some stocks that were getting hit hard, like ARKK, maybe take off there. Look how ARKK is taking off now, guys. Growth getting that push back up. So let's start seeing if we can catch some of those moves on the way up, right? So Beam up 7%. So we've talked about this biotech before. CRISPR is probably doing well also. Look how that's kind of holding on up. These have been really well in ARKK today.
Ripon DT, good spot. I'm glad that you're watching the same thing that I am. You're right. I actually have 848 or 849 as the 200-day, but we're at that point. We're just splitting hairs. You're absolutely right. This is what you're looking for. We'll see if it ends up getting there. Not sure if it's going to get there today, and I'm not going to hold this overnight. But at least I'm clawing back from the mistake that I made earlier. Random. I get them all from the scanner. All right, I get all of these tickers from the scanner. And the movers tool. I guess I should say that. Where'd the music go?
You have to put my screen up.
Yeah, I can put it on for you.
Hold on a second. Let me find another one.
Now that I got a taste, I think that I'd suffocate for every second that you are by my side. But now I'm stuck at the gate.
All right, I am looking to go, man. I'm short here. What did I buy just now? I bought Apple puts, the 145 puts. I got filled at 181, and the reason is because I'm hoping, I've got a little bit of hopium, that this will end up being a double
long
top.
long VERU.
Nice on the curl there.
Mm-hmm.
Held the 1550.
I like this on the 5 minute. You got a reversal candle there right before it at the 1030 spot. Now we just got some strength. Got in there. Have an average at 1585. Looking for the 16 pop.
SPY high a day. Apple high a day. If it breaks 145.50, I'll be out. I got those puts at 181. They're currently worth 170. I'm down 11 cents.
Now that I got a taste, gonna hallucinate. I think that I am tripping off your love. I started playing your games. You got me in a checkmate. Now you.
All right, I got one more, and then I'm out. Here you go. I mean, this is like middle school. You know what I mean? Throwback. I don't know how many curse words.
Yeah.
How many curse words this has? So I'm gonna have my hand on the trigger of pause. All right, we gonna stop that there. Oh, here's another throwback.
Oh man.
What are you laughing at?
You know what? I can't even say. It's just not even safe for work at all. I don't even. I better not. I better not.
Smart decision. Smart decision.
Zunaid in 7th grade.
Oh, 100. Well, except this time I have to pay these gas prices, so this song wasn't as triggering, you know?
Gasolina expensive, man.
Oh, man.
This song. So this song, oh man, this is some memories. I tried to learn this song in Spanish while I worked at a country club in the kitchen one year. It didn't go well, as you can probably imagine.
Tried to learn a Spanish song while working at a country club.
Yep.
Because the Spanish workers, they take over that country club life.
Well, first of all, the people that I worked with were awesome. All right,
I
they
know,
were
they
awesome.
probably
They would
were.
encourage me. I would print out the lyrics in Spanish, and they would teach me how to say each word. I mean, it was wild.
Jay, that was not Triple D's call on the CPI report. I would have to say that was Joel's call on the CPI report. He actually said we'd get a hot number and possibly go up on that. I don't think anybody was mentioning that, but I got to give a shout out there to Joel, not to Triple D. But he was hoping and praying that Joel was right. So,
All right, those puts are up a whopping 2%. Yoo-hoo!
shout out to my man Alconin.
Let's see.
I don't think anybody was saying that. Hot number and we go up.
All right. So after a rough mistake in the morning, Claude back here and doing all right. That's how it's done.
What did my man Triple D say on Twitter? Because I didn't see it. I don't stare at Twitter during the trading day, guys.
What was
Let me see if I can find it.
I had no chains back then. I mean, nor do I still have any chains. But if I did, they would hang low.
Is that all that hangs low?
I knew I should have left at 10:30. I knew I should have left at 10:30. Adult human female. Okay. I don't know what's ripping. But...
Dennis, he just copied. He copied Joel. I'm going to hit him on that one.
I'm going to hit him on that one. Oh, I can't wait.
Hey, we call each other out on our transparency.
I gotta go and check out what's...
He called out Joel's call.
Oh, as his own?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoever's playing the music has to be the same age as me. How old are you? Since you're going to bring up age, and I can confirm or deny.
Sabrina
okay,
wants
what
to
is
know
the next
something
trade?
that's actually important here.
Yeah. Why don't we go over that? I feel like we went too
before
far
you go-
off the chain. Yeah, we sure did.
Before you go answer that one, what trade are we in? I'm currently in Apple. I mean, this is why I've been looking at it right here. I'm in Apple shorts, 145 puts. I got filled at 181. Waiting for it to possibly test 144.70 is where I'm looking to take profits. If it breaks 145.50 to the upside, I will be out. And now you can go ahead with your sector watch.
Gotcha. I'll go ahead.
Okay,
and
hold on a sec. Just real quick, yes or no, before you do the sector watch. Zunaid, did you see any unusual option activity for Square next week's 66 calls by chance?
Give me a minute. You said Square 66?
Next week. Yep. July 22 expiry, SQ, block, Square, whatever the hell. Next week, 66.
Yes, I do see them. I see the 22nd. So is that next week?
Yeah.
Yes, that is. Yeah, I see them.
Okay.
Yeah, approximately.
I'm actually gonna. I actually
almost a million.
Yeah, I may try some of those calls, but I want this to come back in a little. We'll see if it does.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
you for
here's
confirming
Square
that
in
for
the
me.
middle. Yep. I mean, there you go. You can see the little bit of a pop at 10 o'clock is where those calls came in. So right around here, and you can see it to the upside. If it breaks this red to green, it could go to the 66s. And there's Apple trying to break 145.50, hanging in there. But yeah, go into your sector watch.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a quick look here. Let's dive on in. What are we seeing in the market right now? What is up? What is not? Consumer cyclical is actually leading us. What are the industries there that are leading us? So it's specialty retail. What is in specialty retail? You can see that Box D that was just mentioned. You can see that Stitch Fix is having a really great day. You can watch ID. That's having a decent day there. GME mentioned here. So GME has been hot. Look for maybe AMC to follow suit. But definitely specialty retail is not doing bad. Now, auto manufacturers, Tesla is going to be the leader of this group, right? As Tesla goes, a lot of them go too. So NIO also, I saw mentioned earlier, cup and handle was mentioned in the chat. I don't think this is actually a cup and handle just yet, but it doesn't look bad. It's definitely bullish right now. Ride getting a little bit of a lift. LI moving with that NIO move. Very similar move there. And NIO and LI. We'll see if those can continue. Fisker getting a little bit of a run. Rivian also getting a little bit of a push.
I'm out of my Apple puts. I lost 20 cents. Ugh.
Energy is up 1.17, so we'll look to see if XOM recovered there. It does look like it's recovering, so that's where I can see the upside right now. Maybe some oil plays to the upside. I am starting to get a little lift in Veryu. I'm willing to add on this here at the 85 spot, but there you go. I just got another little add there. Let's see if it takes out 16 now. Still in that Veryu trade. We'll keep it on watch. What's behind that? Technology. What's doing well? Solar. So solar names doing really well. JKS has been one of those that really lead, and so is ENPH. So keep those on your radar. We'll see if they can continue making moves. A cheaper name and solar name, if you wanted to watch, is like a name like SOL, Sol. Semiconductors right behind that. So there you got your Nvidia, you got your TSM, you got your AMD, all pointing towards the upside at the moment. We'll see if that changes or not.
Ripon DT, great spot on box D. We highlighted this before we started. I watched it too late. I actually wanted to buy that 188 break, but I was too slow on it. I'm wondering what the next spot that you have on it is. Mitch, I'd like to hear from you as well. I'm looking at 202 and then maybe 290. So a lot of room up here if we take some of these levels out. By the way, Prime Day is today and yesterday.
Today and yeah.
Yep, today and yesterday. Today's day 2 of Prime Day. I haven't checked out the deals yet.
A lot of resistance in the 193s. We're going to look to see if it can go towards $2. That's where I see a lot of resistance. And where does it hold and fight right now? The 193s. So I'd look for a close above that to give me the $2 breakout. We'll see if that happens or not.
Yeah, Iron Source didn't move. We talked about that. Christopher's asking that there's just a merger agreement. Hasn't really moved here. No trade here on this. I don't know enough about the actual merger itself to let you know if that's any good. Gap fill 234 on box D. We actually have really good volume here today. So good spot. You're on these, man. You're watching the exact same tickers I am. Absolutely love it. Love it. Thanks for the shout.
All right. What else is going on out there? QQQs go green, says Jay. There you go. Let's keep it on watch. QQQ's pushing. Yeah, there you go. It got up that 285. I talked about that was a level to watch for the upside. Now you should see some continuation. We'll see if we get that.
Box D more here.
Let's go ahead and put up my 3 chart here. Meta is pushing strong there, guys. So keep your eyes on that one. Another one is AMC pushing back up. And Google, right? The split trade, right? Look, maybe see if that starts pushing. Meta with a nice push, though. Haven't seen Meta have a good day in a while. Keep my eye on Veryu. See what happens there. Google pointing toward the upside. Lucid push towards that high there. Yeah, it did. All right, looking around if there's anything else trading out there. I need to go ahead and bring my own tunes into the chat. Loving the energy. I agree with you.
I love it too.
That's what it's about. We got to keep things going, even if we have bad report data or not. We're not just going to be Debbie Downers.
I mean, I made yet another horrible trade and was able to claw it back. A lot of energy going on in here.
Nice.
That's what it's about, man. It's
what
not,
it's about.
Not about
got to be able to deal with it.
Yep, and you got to be able to take the hits. If you notice you can't take the hits, then maybe you're doing too big of sizing.
Yep.
And one thing that always kind of understand that is looking back. Is one trade affecting my mentality too much? That could be another thing that you can work on to try to get around the emotions of trading. But like always, they're emotions. It's all about mastering the self and the mind.
Watching box D here. Looks like it's trying to make a run at 2. We just talked about it.
You've got the market completely moving high. I mean, even the square that you were looking at is now red to green.
Yep.
Apple crossing way above 145, now 176.50s. And of course,
Definitely a nice bounce
Tesla.
here.
720s on Tesla.
Gonna let it test here on Veryu, but we could see a breakdown here on the chart. So just be careful, guys. I'll let you know if I do get out. I think we're gonna test 60 here, but it could flush immediately to the 50. Just be careful.
Let's see what we got.
All right, let's get some tunes flowing here.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading out and get ready for my 11 o'clock. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Perfect. Zunaid's leaving. Now we can go to the lo-fi.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
I got you, my friend.
Shots fired, baby. Shots fired.
I got you, my friend.
Right. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Later.
Take care, Zunaid.
All right, let's keep on going here. Time to change up the tunes, get the vibes flowing also on the lo-fi.
Box D, right back up. See if they can take it to 198 here.
Enjoy that walk, baby. You get that walk.
Get it, get it.
What you looking at there, Ryan? I see you. I
Box
see
D,
you.
baby. Box D.
Boxy.
Bring it up here. I felt like I was chasing at 193, so I'm gonna watch $2 here. Not on the first attempt. I'd like to know what Rippon's doing with this, if you're in this yet.
Shop taking off there, guys. If you guys want to take a look at that one, doesn't look too bad. It has made a nice push already, though. Q's showing us a little bit of topping action. About to get out on this Veryu. It's testing down to that 1550. Got to hold on to here. If not, it needs to go ahead and get out. Damn, seeing there it is. That's why you got to be careful. I did see. I was literally about to say there's someone hanging out and wants out at 1550s there, and boom, it blows right through that order there. I got out there with some leakage to 1544. Definitely taking a little bit hit there on Veryu today. So 1 for 4. That's strike 3. I'm out. Box it, box it. I remember I used to look at Box D a little bit more. Just trying to hold that 193. So it doesn't look too bad.
Well, yeah, I think at this point I'm out of it right now. I basically just scalped it for 4 cents. I'm waiting for a break of 2 here. DT gave us okay, so Rippon, you're in it. Stop loss at 189. Linda, you're in Box D at 197. We're looking for a pop above 2. Rippon, you gave us the next target. I think it was 232. Is that what you had? Let's see if I can find that here. That's what we're looking at. We'll see. Box D, if it gets over 2. Gap fill 234 was the spot. 234. So at this point, I'm waiting for the break of 2 if we get it. And I'll try to scalp that.
Did hold those 193s very well there.
Yeah, it did.
Went right back to it and bounced right off of it.
I have a high print of 199, so the real test is going to be at 2.
That's at least for the trading action for me. Now I can just watch. So if you guys got any tickers you guys want me to take a look at, throw it up in the chat. This is your time. I've been trying to do more and more just to be in discipline there. Pushed it a little bit on that Veryu trade today. But hey, that's how it happens, guys. Taking a little bit of a shot there. And, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in our chat made some good money on Veryu. I probably was one that did it, and it happens. Q's continuing to try to push there through the 288s. We'll see if that can continue to push. That should continue to push some tech names. So Nvidia, look how that's taken off there from that push. AMD taken off there. TSM taking off there. So those are the names that I'd be looking at right now. Some tech names to see that continuation if you're looking at rotation. AMC is not a bad one. Not a bad one. I did see that keep holding 15 pullbacks. Now you're seeing it hold what? 15 again. Wouldn't you know it? Look how it held 15 today. Cut through 14 down there towards 1490s, then recovers 15 here. Now you get that boom back. That's where it's using it as support plenty of times. You saw the breakout through 15, the pullbacks to 15 holding right now. We'll look to see if it can get through 16 today, but doesn't look too bad there, AMC. And at least from catalyst-wise, I think it's actually pointing more towards the upside than downside right now. Why would I feel AMC is pointing towards the upside? Is because you're not hearing more and more mentions of movies coming straight to your home. You're hearing that kind of turn around. You're not hearing it as often anymore. Hey, in theaters and at home. You're hearing more in theaters because they're trying to make more money off of these movies. They felt that strategy was not working well for just going straight to your home.
Veru back down to the bottom channel of the VWAP. See if we end up getting a bounce here. Still long the calls. 18 calls for August. This is August 5th. Let me get that for you. August 5th. So we're still waiting on a breakout there on VERU. We'll see if it comes. Thoughts on PPI tomorrow? It'll be interesting. I think PPI is more forward-looking, so it'll be interesting to see what we get in the print. Really, for trading, I want to see how we close today before I come up with a plan for how we're going to trade tomorrow. Too early in the day, David.
Yeah, my guess would just be hot.
I was going to say, unless you have an idea if the number's going to be hot or not.
Yeah, my idea would just be hot. Like immediately just leaning towards that side. But like always, you never know, really.
Yep.
XOM holding well there after the push back above VWAP over the 85s. Was going to take a look at it, but I don't have any capital to burn today. So going to leave it alone. But it does look interesting in oil to see what happens today. Boyle bouncing a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, Boyle not looking too bad. UNG. Yeah, UNG bouncing a little bit today. Man, that's volatile as hell.
Yeah, natural gas, man. Natural gas is the widowmaker. We talk about it all of the time.
Look at these swings down. They're about like 10%. So you got to be willing to handle 10% on those down moves, 7, 8%. Yeah, I don't know about you. 10% down is it's tough in this market to hang through if you're long.
It just gives us the freedom to not worry.
That's probably too loud. I don't see much else going on here. All right, Mitch, I'm going to get rolling. I got a bunch of stuff to do. We're going to be back at this tomorrow again, right?
That's the way it is. We'll be back at it.
Have a good one. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for making today another awesome day of live trading. You folks are the best community on the internet. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Appreciate you, Ron. All right, let's continue going here, guys. Ryan's out, so I might play the music a little louder. But definitely let me know, guys, if you guys see anything or if you expect anything. I see you guys talking about PPI. It's okay to have expectations. I don't know when PPI's data is taken. That's the problem there. It's about when the data is taken. But it's up to what you guys think, right? I mean, no one knows really. All right, so I think it's important here to kind of talk about what the difference is, right? And so if you're looking at PPI, it measures the average change over time in the prices domestic producers receive for their output. It's a measure of inflation at the wholesale level that is compiled from thousands of indexes measuring producer prices. Now, the difference between CPI and why PPI is different from CPI is that it measures, CPI measures the change in price of goods and services paid by consumers. Do you think we hit a bottom in this market yet? Hell no. At least I don't feel so. All right, we'll see what's moving out there. Looks like Gush is trying to continue moving. So the oil trade looking well there. XOM, very similar chart as Gush. You guys can watch also Oxy to see that recovery. Look how that's pushing back. So oil pushing back on up today. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY's trying to hold a push back towards 380s and maybe make up some of this CPI loss. So we'll see what happens there if we're able to hold the push towards the 380s. Boyle, trying to hold those gains there. We'll see what happens there. Let's take a look at a stock like Nvidia that has been pushing on up since that push in the Qs. And it's trying to hold, but also starting to get a little bit choppy there. So just be careful. We could see some retraces. Another great show. Thanks for everything. Hey, that's what we're here for, guys. So definitely smash up the like. If you guys got tickers, I'll take a look at them. I do see some of them in the chat right now. I'll go ahead and I'll start covering. VRQS, take a look at that one. Big rejection off the 180s. So can it hold the pullback now? That's what I'd be watching. You could draw a trend line here. I would look for somewhere around here, around the 172s to kind of hold and get back up there. If it doesn't hold that, you could be back to 163s. ARDX. Trying to see this one. All right, let me take a look at the daily. Daily doesn't have that bad of a bottoming action. You really need to see it close above 75 though. There's a reason why there's a wick there right now and why this kind of turned around there. So let's see if it can actually close up there through the 75. If it does that, and you get a close above 75, I would be looking for that $1 breakout. But like always, you never know unless it actually starts holding some levels. NIO. Looks like it's trying to hold there. It held the pullback around 2095. What I always do when I'm watching NIO is watch the other ones too. LI, XPEV. You want these moving hand in hand. NIO usually likes to lead. The lagger usually is XPEV, and the one in the middle is usually LI. So keep that one on your radar. Maybe you can overlap them also. It's a good way to kind of watch the Chinese EVs. Also, when I'm watching NEO trades like that, I also watch like Tesla. Is Tesla continuing to drive the auto manufacturers? Because if that happens, you could see a continued push there in NIO. They're all starting to look the same. Yes, this is because the correlation and relationships is so important. This is what Dennis makes his money on, off of the arbitrage relationships that are out there. There's so many stocks that trade hand in hand. They trade very similar with either the overall market or very similar to another ticker. That's not what Kramer says. Well, I mean, God save us all with Kramer. God save us all. I think Kramer's, it's time to go, man. It's time to go. I don't think he does anything beneficial for the retail trader anymore. So see ya, Jim Cramer. It's time to get you out, man. It's time to go to retirement. Time to get you into the islands. You can go on the beach somewhere. I think we're done with him. All right, let's keep going. Now, Tiffany asking, what tool am I using? I'm using TC2000 here to go through the sectors and industry analysis in the way that I like it. One of my biggest things is trying to keep things simple. So in this one page, I can look at stocks. What is moving? Where are they moving? Like coal is really strong today, missing the BTU run, guys. Look at that nice little push there in BTU. And so a lot of this is trying to find stocks that are hot, right? And then once we find an industry that's hot, we can take a look at what stocks there are setting up. Is there a leader, laggard type of trade, or all on the same level? Look how all these silver names trade very similar to the industry outlook. This is the industry outlook silver. And now look at these names, EXK, EXK there, MAG, AG, SBM, SFM. They're all very similar names, trading very similar. That's why you can do kind of the arbitrage effect that you see in a lot of these. Gold doing well today. Look how all these gold names are doing well. Look, it's not just one, right? They're all in the green. This is what I try to point at, guys. There's some in the red down here, and that's the important thing, but majority into the green. And so if you were playing a lot of these names, you can ride some of the waves on up. So it doesn't look too bad like AU and gold. They're definitely getting a lift today. Juan, I can look that up for you. Let me see if I can pull up my Benzinga Pro here. There it is. All right, so Juan, if you went to Benzinga Pro and you went to IBM, boom, then you went to the calendar, and then you looked at dividends. You want to see what's called the X date, EX date. It's going to be on the 9th here. So the next one, it's a little bit out there. I would have to take a look at when's the next one. But the recent one was in May 9th. And so it looks like it's every 3 months. So look for the next, it would be on more than likely August 9th or August 10th. And so you would need to own the stock before then to go ahead and then get the dividend. So another thing is just use here. It literally tells you. And where is it? When is it payable? So the record date is the 10th. So you needed to be getting in before the 9th or before the 10th on the 9th. And then the payable comes in June 10th. And so you can see there, it's payable about a month afterwards. X gonna give it to you. All right, what else is going up there? Box D. Let's take a look. There you go. Held that 193. We took it here for a second there in the 190s and then right back up to 2. So not a bad look there in box D. Hope somebody was able to nail that. Oil continuing that push there. So you could maybe see BTU continuing the push there. And we're definitely getting that lift here. QQQ's trying to hold that lead there. Basic materials, energy, and consumer cyclical really leading us up though today. Now about $2 and about 2.2% there from the open. Consumer cyclical. Footwear, Nike probably having a good day there. Let's take a look there. Nike definitely holding well, coming on back today. Chewy, this stock has been really strong lately. Look at that, continuing to hold the move there. Now trying to break through the 46. This looks well on Chewy. At least longer term, this is probably about the only stock that I've seen holding the trends. Gus trying to continue to push. We can take a look at that. Home improvement store is doing well today. Let's take a look at HD. HD getting a little bit of a bounce there. GPS, I saw Gap being mentioned there. Options being bought up there. We'll see if that one can push there. Why is the market going up? Oh, that's a hard thing to answer there, man. A lot of this is probably the outlook that, maybe some stuff was priced into the market, but I'll tell you the truth, super editing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, man. And that's the truth. Yes, is there a bear pennant on the SPY daily? Hell yeah, there is. The question is it hold it now? All right, so look at the daily. You guys can see it here. And so I'm going to try to lower down the indicators so that you guys don't get confused by those, and we can just pay attention to the price action here. Okay, so you can see here on the price action, when you get this down action, up 1, down action, up 2, it tried to break through this line today, this 378. We couldn't break through that line. And so now we're recovering it. We could come back towards the 390s. There's nothing to say that we can't come back into this area, right? And so we'll see what happens if we actually start seeing close down below here towards 375. That would be a concerning sign for filling the pattern, trying to go back towards 363. But right now you can see this recovered. Could we close green on the day today? Yeah, it's very likely that it could happen. Would I have said this probably before the bell? No, probably not. I wasn't looking at this being a buy the dip situation here. But hey, to each his own, right? No one knows. No one knows. That's the truth. Yes, you're correct, Dave. I mentioned there the EX date, right? It's not the X date. It's the EX. And so you're looking there. That's where you could be. You have to get into the stock prior so that you can get those dividends. You're right on that, Dave. All eyes on the dollar. Yeah, we got to keep on watch. Appreciate you, Voodoo. Have a good day, man. Dollar telling you what's going on. It's important. What's going on with the dollar today, Andrew? What do you see? All right, we got about 20 minutes left here for this kind of session. We're going to get you over to Benzinga Live. That's going to be coming on next. And then we'll get to stock market movers. This could be a fake move. It could be very much. We'll see what happens. Later, Jessica. Have a good one. All right, let's see what's going on out there. Whew. All right, looking to see what is moving on out there. It's getting dull in here, guys. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. If there's any patterns you want to talk about, anything like that. But the market has just kind of dulled out here for me, at least. Seeing a lot of slow up, but just slow push towards the upside there. MOS not having a bad little move there. I did see Jay talking about these earlier. It looked like it was coming down there in the pre-market. Definitely caught a bid there. So some of those agricultural inputs getting some lift. You think it's a short squeeze? It could be squeezing out some of those. Big bull, bear trap? Who knows? What is the probability of a cup and handle breakout? That's a good question. I could actually let you know that, at least from older data, but I gotta look it up. I think it's around 72%, but don't quote me on that right now. I need to do my research, pull it up here for us. I have it in my trading, in my study guide. So you people that have my study guide, you probably have seen that data before. But like always, it's on prior results, right? And so who knows if it's going to continue working there. Valet trying to get a little bit of a lift today. UEC. Doesn't look too bad here. Energy going to continue pushing. Yeah, it's holding well there. I agree with that, Andrew. Can you show a cup and handle chart? There was one earlier. I'll try to find one for us. Tell us about your investment life. What made you trade, and who, what, when, and why? I'm down with that. How do we get a study guide? Well, you got to reach out to us, man. You got to first be a subscriber. Hit me up on Twitter, and it won't be too bad. You guys can see my tag here. I usually have it on the bottom by my name. Hit me up. I might give you it too. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into it here. Let's take a look. You want me to tell you about investments and why I got into trading? I could do that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with talking about that. So really, when it comes down to it, very early on, I think I remember my fifth grade, and I always refer back to it. In fifth grade, we had a stock market challenge, and I ended up buying IBM, Apple, and some other name. I think it was some oil name like Chevron or something like that. And I didn't do that well in IBM, but I did really good in Apple and that oil trade. And it got me excited. It got me thinking about being a stockbroker. Of course, this was back in the time when you probably had people on the floor. And that's what I was thinking. You know, I wanted to be a floor trader. I wanted to make it to the New York Stock Exchange. And then as I grew up, that slowly shifted to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I was looking at trading options and learning a whole bunch of options. I started diving into first with resources like Tasty Trade. Then I started doing more research in school. You know, I was going to UCF. I started taking higher advanced courses in derivatives and really trying to learn how derivatives work, right? Pricing models for options is so important because you can catch when there's kind of that arbitrage style trade there. From that, I started really kind of developing into more of a day trader at first, learning tricks and tools from different chat rooms. I've been in all of the ones you could probably mention, even Tim Sykes, Warrior Trading, Boiler Room. I mean, there's so many I can name. I could go through a bunch of them, but I've been in their rooms. I've seen the way they trade. I've also learned from them strengths and weaknesses, right? A lot of what I learned in certain areas, I bring it to how I trade now. And one of the things that I learned after a while of trading, day trading, is that to me, really, day trading isn't the bread and butter. It's swing trading. That's where I like to go ahead and put my capital. That's where I've seen the biggest returns. Day trading usually end up near break even, slightly into the green sometimes, but that's not enough because we're taking so many trades that it just doesn't really give me the benefit to say that, yeah, I'm a day trader. I consider myself more of a swing trader. I do take more day trades on here just as a part of the show and trying to learn and better myself just like you guys are out there. So I'm going to continue working on that. But really the bread and butter is the swing trades for me. And that's when we have a trending market. But in this market, it's been so hard to get some of those swing trades that I was doing really well on. So we'll go ahead and continue working. I have really pushed hard. I'm still waiting on the results there for my CMT test. We'll see what happened there. And I'm going to continue working, right? I think it's important to try to develop skills. And so for a lot of when I first started, that was first learning technicals. And then in school, I was taking things like corporate finance and other kind of classes. And that was teaching me more and more about the fundamentals of that side, learning how to do book value, learning how to do cash flow equations, learning how to do a linear regression line. There's a lot of things that you guys can have in the toolbox. But from there, I started moving over more and started looking into stories of stocks. I like story stocks. What do I like to look at? I like to look at the three variables. I think that there's technicals, there's story, and there's fundamentals. And when you have all three aligning, those are your highest conviction plays. Those are the trades that I want to take the big sizing for, to take the big swings. Everything needs to kind of align itself. Another thing that I would include on those 3 variables is a fourth, and that's the overall market. That's one thing that we have learned during this time right now, is that the overall market matters so much. Even if we have a great trade, great outlook, and great story, if the market's just going to tank, it's going to turn around that trade. And that's why rotation is so important, because when the rotation is going against you, it's very important to be able to cut that trade early, if anything, not even waiting for the loss. So that's pretty much how I've gone to what you see nowadays. Of course, I've really worked on developing different skills, whether that be tape reading, whether that be looking at industries and sectors and trying to find what is really where the money is rotating. One thing that I can tell you I learned in my swing trading, and I learned this between 2020 and 2021, was that I needed to be a little bit more flexible in taking profits when I see the market coming down and rotating against me. When the rotation goes against you, a lot of the times you kind of wait until you get break even stopped out, but it's okay to just take a smaller profit. In my eyes and my data, I looked at that, and I'd rather take those small profits, get out of the trade, and be willing always to get back in when I have that timing down packed again and the 4 variables matching up again. So it's so important to try to do that. Are you going to be as fast as some of the algos and some of the other traders that probably know some bigger traders? No. But that doesn't mean that we can't see that rotation going against us and determining if we're going to get out and take our money and run. Story investor doesn't exist anymore. It's going to be Money Mitch at Benzinga. So I changed it to make it a little bit easier. I felt like story investors sometimes just didn't match. So I just changed it to Money Mitch at BZ. So at Money Mitch BZ, if you guys want to hit me up, look it up. Well, that's pretty much the story. Now we can get back to the stocks. Let's take a look there. Oil turning back around there. SPY, wouldn't you know it, turned back around, and the Qs are starting to get in the chop zone. So I don't see too much upside from here. I think we're going to start being a little bit in a choppy zone. We'll see how the day ends. SoFi, one of the best story stocks. I agree with you. No better story right now. There's a really good story there in SoFi. What pointed towards the downside, though? What pointed to the downside was the technicals. And then if you look at the fundamentals, was the valuation just too high? And so that's how the fundamentals come into play. And so I like to combine those. There's a mix there that I like, using technicals with fundamentals and story. And then, of course, keeping your eye on the overall market. Your tagline below is wrong. Thank you for letting me know. I probably missed it in the description, Ron, or I didn't update it correctly. Thank you for at least telling me it. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what else is there. Bounce for ORMP. Okay. Yeah, it did bounce there. It's up there towards the 850s. We'll see if this can actually recover. This is a hard move to get through. A move from 12 to 850. That's really difficult. All right, let me catch up with the chat and see where our music's doing. What's our music doing here? Gotta change up these tunes. Get some vibes going. There you go. Let's change it up here. All right, we got about 9 minutes left. Let me know what was your best trade on the day. Let me know in the chat, guys, so we can recover that. Where's Lewis Hamilton? Can I hear it? All right. Oh, I know what it is. There it is. Boom. Changing up the tunes here. All right, traders, let's go taking a look at what's moving, what's hot, what's not. Consumer cyclicals continuing to kind of take lead there. Remember, energy was actually trying to get past consumer cyclical, couldn't do it. So keep that one on your radar now. You're starting to see consumer cyclicals continuing to lead there. Box D now towards 212s, 213. So not a bad move there. Stitch Fix trying to hold the $6. We talked about that one earlier. It is trying to push there. Chewy trying to continue to love there. We'll see if that can continue pushing. ARPN made a little lift today. JD, some Chinese names making a little lift there. Baba recovering a little bit today. Some cheaper names, of course, also. Look at ARKK. Look how that recovered today. Beam trying to hold the gains there. DNA. Fate also. Not really seeing them really push right now. It's just kind of trying to hold on. Nvidia, 150 calls. It's not too bad there for the 150. Can't blame you on that outlook. We'll see if this can come back. OLB here. I haven't traded this one before. It's right off the VWAP there. Software and application name. Tried to get back towards the 150s. Doesn't look too bad there. It is holding sideways off the VWAP. Very low traded name there, so just be careful out there. But we'll see what happens in these. Solar coming on down right now. Looks like we're getting into some chop. Yeah, Qs can't break through that 287. All right, catching up with some things out there. Let's keep going here. All right, looks like Datadog not doing too bad. Tesla fighting, trying to get above the 720s. Really can't do it right now. Could maybe see the opposite of the pattern that we've been seeing lately. So the pattern that I've talked about is an afternoon run in the SPY and then a sell-off. Do we get an afternoon dip and then a buy towards the close is what I'm going to be paying attention to. I'll talk about that one on Stock Market Movers, and that's at 1 p.m. later today. How do you know what call/put to buy? That's what I'm stuck on. I'm trying to learn all this. Whenever I trade, I just pick one that looks good, basically. So the first things first is to understand one thing. This is what I want you to look up. And I'm not telling you financial advice, but what I'm telling you is purely educational and so important. I took derivatives classes for a reason. The big reason there is understanding how options are priced. This is the biggest important thing, I think, at first to learn. It takes time because you have to understand the Greeks and how that affects the stocks. So first thing you got to look into is the Greeks, understanding how options are priced in the first place before you go trading them. At least my understanding, that's what I want to do, because I want to know when I'm getting caught in some premium or not. And so a lot of the times stocks can be priced to have some of that IV priced in. And you want to know how to be looking at the Greeks to determine where my profit's going to be. And if the stock moves up a point, how much would the contract move? A lot of the times you'd consider this from the delta. And so I think it's important to understand the Greeks, theta, delta, how they work against you, gamma. How does this all play in? You have to understand this first, I think, before you're an expert in options. But to each his own. If you don't want to take the time to learn stuff, that's up to you, but I think it's important. Stick figure, you in Florida? I know Stick figure is going to Florida. I'm not in Florida, but I'm from Florida. Gotta love some Stick figure. I need to see him again. I've seen him live twice now, but I need to see more. Ooh, this one's a good one here. Let's go, guys. I got you, Prev. Check it out. Another thing that I'd let you know is we do have an option school. So we have a trading school, right? And we have 2 options experts. We have some that teach beginners and some that teach advanced kind of strategies. Check those on out. I definitely recommend you to go ahead and check them out. We also have a lot of webinars that are on our channel to check out those schools and how they work. So you can check out some of those webinars if you want to go ahead and take a look. Of course, I know all about that in 72 Dolphins, man. Don't make me go get my jersey. Steel Post is right, Bill. Stepping up, baby. Let's go. Tesla turning around a little bit there. Does Gush find the support at the VWAP? We'll see if that happens there. Does oil continue making the lift? Keep it on watch. Right now. I think this song next is definitely a good one to play. I'll go ahead and I'll get into it in a second there. This is a song that, you know, a lot of people hear Steel Post, they hear Your House, but Steel Post was awesome. I got to see them live at Red Rocks. If you've never been to a concert at Red Rocks in Colorado, you have to go. Even if you have to fly there to see a concert, there's not a venue in the world that I would fly to other than that right there. Go check it out. You guys tell me what you guys think. If you haven't done that, probably haven't lived. Mitch, have you heard of fair value gaps? Just curious. Jonathan, you know what? I've heard of that, but I don't know exactly how you're referring to it here. So I want to do a little bit more research, Jonathan. I love comments like this because I always like to learn. And so I'm actually going to write this down to kind of maybe do a little bit more deeper dive onto it and really look into that. All right, I'll take a look into deeper in that, and I will definitely try to touch back on that. Gonna go ahead and get on out of here. It's in golden? Yeah, I think it is considered golden. But definitely Red Rocks is magical. Nothing like Red Rocks. It's so beautiful. It's beyond beautiful, really. Saw the Goo Goo Dolls there. It says empty. Man, that must have been awesome. Definitely. Red Rocks does rock, right? I mean, come on. Best in the West, that's for sure. Delta and theta are the most important. Good to know, Paul. And I agree. You gotta understand those, at least the basics of delta and theta and how those work for you and against you at some times. All right, last one in here. I'm gonna sneak one in. AB is probably gonna kill me because he's already live there, I'm sure. But I'm gonna sneak one in right here because I think this is perfect. Because guess what? Nobody knows, guys. Protege here. Yeah. We'll keep watching the market. What happens? Stay with me, guys. I'll be back in Stock Market Movers, taking a look with my experts, of course, on Stock Market Movers. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. So check out the expert opinions on Stock Market Movers today. What do they think about CPI? What do they think about PPI coming up next? Of course, you guys have the questions. Come on over to Stock Market Movers, and I'll make sure to go ahead and touch those questions. Hey, who knows, guys? Nobody knows. That's the truth.
fi hungry and no eat. And food they down a country does a drop off of the tree then. You see say poverty no real then, is what the reason revealing.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? You just never know, guys, whichever way. You know, one thing I do know, we'll keep battling here, right here on Live Trading with Benzinga, because nobody knows, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Sound that alarm. I'll see you guys on Benzinga Live. That's up next. Hit the like before you get on out of here, and we'll see you next time on Live Trading.
I got the sunshine, rivers and trees, green leaves.